Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Sweet Creek Patterns. In today's video, I am so excited to share how to crochet this adorable little crochet bookmark. So this is little flower bookmark. I think it is a super fun and quick project, and it's perfect for beginners. So if you're a really beginner crocheter, this is a perfect tutorial. And the only reason that this video is so long is because I try to really walk you guys through step by step how to make this bookmark. So if you want to speed up the tutorial, you're welcome to do that by clicking the little settings icon in the bottom right corner of the video. Click that little settings gear icon and then click playback speed, and you can make me either talk faster or slower if you're more advanced or if you're more of a beginner crocheter. And then also, one of my favorite ways to use this bookmark is to put the little flower sticking out at the top of the book. And I just think that's a really fun and cute way to have a bookmark. So let's go ahead and get started.
The supplies you'll need today is some yarn. So first off, you won't use much of any color of yarn, but I'm going to be using Premier Basics in the color Sage. You can see the color is right below or above in this case. Sometimes it's below and sometimes it's above. But in this case, it's right above the skew. And so this is the color Sage, and it's a number 4 worsted weight yarn. And how you see that is in specific, this one says right here below Premier Basics, it will say worsted, and then it says 4 medium. And sometimes that's in like a little icon like that, and it just has like a 4 and then medium. But that's what worsted weight yarn looks like. And this is one of the more average yarn weights, so it's pretty standard. And then I'm going to be using for my petals and my little center, I'm going to be using, this is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in the color, I believe it's raspberry, but I'm going to be using the dark pink for the center and then the light pink for the petals around. And then, of course, the green is going to be for the stem. So, to begin, then you'll also need a 6mm hook. This is a J. And this, I personally love Clover and More hooks. They are absolutely amazing. You also need a 5mm hook. So a 6mm hook and a 5mm hook. Then you'll need some scissors, of course, to cut your yarn, and a darning needle to tie in your tails. You actually won't need this very much at all. So if you don't have this on hand, if you're like an absolute beginner and don't know what a darning needle even is, that is totally fine. Alright, so to begin, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the color of yarn that you want for the center flower. We're going to first create the flower, and then we're going to create the stem, and then we're just going to quickly and easily sew those two together. So we're going to begin with the flower, and to begin, I'm going to grab my dark color, and you can do this however you want. You can see that even in these little bookmarks I did the opposite, so you're welcome to do whatever color you want for the center and for the edge. This also is a great way to use up scraps. So to begin, you're going to grab your 6mm crochet hook, and there you go, it says right there 6mm, and you're going to grab your outer strand of yarn or whatever color you want. Now, to begin, we're going to make a magic circle. So you're going to put the yarn at the tip, and then you're going to push the yarn around and go to the back. So it's going to be like an X, and then you're going to turn your fingers over. You're going to go under the first loop, and then grab that second loop. So let me show you that one more time. So you did the X, you grabbed, and then you're just going to pinch as you pull, and then hold. Because right now it's basically just a loop. So now you're going to put your fingers in there, and you're going to go ahead and chain 1. And to begin, we are going to single crochet 7. Now to chain 1, I just forgot to show you how to do that. So you're just going to yarn over and pull through. That's a chain 1. So chain 1, then single crochet 7 into this magic circle. So you're going to insert into the big magic circle hole, and you're going to want to crochet over this tail and into this loop. So when you insert into the hole, you're just going to hold those 2 strands. So yarn over, insert into that hole, and then yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 2 loops on your hook. So you're going to do that a total of 12 times. So you're going to insert, and you're going to grab that yarn, going around from the back to the front, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So you're going to continue that for a total of 12 times. So insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. And if you're really struggling with these stitches, you are welcome to check out my YouTube channel. I have some videos for absolute beginners linked. I'll link them in the cards, and there's also many other videos by other creators too. So you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn, pull through all 2 loops, and you're going to do that a total of 12 times into that magic circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to continue to do those next 12, or total of 12, and I will meet you back and we will continue together. So as you can see, I finished my 12 single crochets into the magic circle. Now all you're going to do is you're just going to pull on that tail that we've been crocheting over, and it's just going to close that hole up. So you're just going to pull on that like that, and there you go. Now you have a nice cinched middle. So you can either leave it as a little bit, or when we're all done, you can tighten it so there's no hole at all. Now for round number 2, what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook into the top of that first single crochet. So you can see right there is that top of that first single crochet. So you're going to insert into those top 2 loops, and sometimes it's a little hard to get into it, but you'll be able to get it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn, and then you're going to grab your different color of yarn. So for me, this is just the center because it is a layer color. It's a color changing yarn. So I inserted into that top of that stitch. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just yarn over. So we're going to put the new yarn right there, and then you're just going to yarn over, pull through. So we're making a slip stitch and then pull through. So that's a slip stitch to join. Now you're going to chain 2, and to make a chain you're just going to yarn over and pull through. So that's 1 and 2. Now what you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and we are going to begin these like petals. So to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to yarn over twice. So yarn over once, and then yarn over one more time, and then you're going to insert into that stitch that we just did, that we just worked into. So that slips where we just did our slip stitch into. So you're going to insert into there, you're going to yarn over, pull through, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through 2 loops, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now you'll have 2 loops left on your hook, and what you're going to do is you're going to do that exact same thing again. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to insert into that. There we go. We're going to insert into that same stitch that we just went into. We're going to yarn over, pull through, and now you should have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3 loops on your hook, and what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that into the next stitch. So we're going to yarn over twice, insert into the next stitch. So we just worked, you can see, a ton into that one stitch. Now we're going to go to the stitch right next to it and go into the top of there. You're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and you're going to do that one more time into that same stitch. So yarn over twice, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Now you'll have 5 loops on your hook. So you can see we kind of like pretty much finished 4 stitches, and then we have that chain, of course. So 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch right into that same stitch that we've been working out of. So we did 2 into the first stitch, and then 2 like treble crochets into the second stitch, and you're just going to slip stitch into that second stitch. So right here you can see we're just going to slip stitch. Now, as you're doing the slip stitch or after, it doesn't really matter, what you're going to do is you're just going to push the bobble stitch out. I'm going to call it a bobble. You can call it whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to call it for this tutorial. So now we're going to, so we finished that one. You can see there's one done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 again. And then we're going to do the same thing we did for this. So we are going to go ahead and yarn over twice, insert into the next stitch. So not where we just slip stitched, but the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to do that one more time into that same stitch. So yarn over twice, yarn over, insert. So yarn over twice, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2. And now that you've done 2 into there, you're going to do 2 into the next stitch. So yarn over twice, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're going to do that one more time. So yarn over twice, insert into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see that I'm going to call this a bobble stitch, and we worked this bobble stitch into 2 different stitches. So the first stitch had 2 treble crochets, or the first 2 bobble stitches, and then the next 2 had 2 more. So now what we're going to do, or the next stitch had 2 more. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Now when you're pulling through, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to yarn over, and then you're going to want to turn your hook down so it's facing downward. And that will make it so much easier to pull the yarn through. Now you're going to chain 2, and you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the base of that last, where we just did our bobble out of. So slip stitch, and just doing a slip stitch means you just insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through. And now you're going to push that bobble stitch so it's facing towards you. And there you go. You've completed 2 petals out of 6. So now you're just going to repeat that same thing that we just did for the second petal. So you're going to chain 2, yarn over twice, insert into the next stitch. So not where we just did our slip stitch, but into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do that one more time into that same stitch. Then you're going to do 2 more of those stitches into the next stitch. So yarn over twice into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that one more time into that next stitch. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, chain 2, and slip stitch into the base of that stitch. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to continue. So you're going to have 3 more of these petals to work, and I will meet you back once we are done, and I will show you how to make this down. So as you can see, I just finished my last one, and you can see that there is technically 1 more stitch, but actually that's not really a stitch. That's just where we did that's just the slip stitch. So that's actually not one of the 12 stitches. So now what we're going to do is you should have 6 of those petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to go ahead and cut your yarn and yarn over, and basically you're going to do a chain to tie off. So yarn over, pull through, and then normally you would just continue, but you're just going to pull up, and then you have tied off officially. There is your beautiful little flower. Now what we're going to do is we are going to move aside this pink yarn because we won't need it anymore, and we are going to go ahead and grab the green yarn. I'm going to just set this flower aside for a minute, and what we're going to do is we are going to grab the blue hook, so the 5mm crochet hook, and we're going to begin by making a chain of 20. So you're going to start by making a slip knot. So that just means you're going to wrap your yarn around your finger twice. You're going to grab the back loop and bring it up and over the front loop. Now you're going to grab the new back loop and bring it up and over and off your finger. Then you're just going to tighten it using both of the strands to tighten. There you go. Then you're going to insert your hook into there, that loop, and tighten, just pulling both strands. There you go. Now we are going to go ahead and begin. So to begin, what we're going to do is you're going to chain 21. So 1, 2, and to make a chain, you're just going to yarn over and pull through. And then you're going to want to hold your yarn in such a way that you can use these 2 fingers to hold your chains. Otherwise, it's going to be flopping around and it's going to be frustrating to work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then we're going to do one more just as a turning chain. So 21 chains. And now we are going to go ahead and create the more thick stem so it actually looks like a stem. So you're going to yarn over it. You're going to make a half double crochet in each stitch down the chain. So you can see the loop on your hook does not count as a chain. You're going to skip that first chain, and then you're going to work into the second chain. Now, you can just work into the side of that second chain, but I feel like it looks a little bit more professional if you work into the backbone, because then it looks like it's complete on both sides, so they're the exact same. So I just prefer doing that just to make it look a little bit more professional. But if you're a beginner, you are welcome to just go into the side of that chain. So for what I like to do, I like to yarn over, and then you can see there's the V right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it to the back, and you can see there's one lump right there. So the first lump, that's the first chain. We are not going to work into there because that's like the turning chain of sorts. You're going to go into the second chain. So you're going to yarn over, insert, and how I like to do is I like to just go like insert into that edge one, and then turn my hook facing upward, and I can just easily then grab that back chain. So you're going to yarn over, insert, and then I like to just turn my hook and then grab that loop, and then we yarn over and pull through that loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So now you've done your first half double crochet, and you're going to just do that on repeat. So let me bring this a little closer. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and you can see there's where we just went, and here's where we're going to go. So we're going to go into that back bump. So I like to just insert my hook down into that outer edge, and then turn my hook so I grab just the back bump. So as long as you're grabbing the back loop, that's all that matters. So then you're just going to complete that half double crochet. So yarn over, insert, and then you're just going to yarn over and pull that through. And you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So you're just going to continue that. So insert, grab that back bump loop, yarn, pull through, yarn, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you're just going to continue that in each stitch down this chain. So yarn over, insert, and making sure to grab that only that back loop. And as you can work, you'll be able to see that this bottom side and this top side look exactly the same, and that's just what I like about it. It just looks much cleaner. So I'm going to now continue doing my half double crochets down, and then I'll meet you back and we'll do the leaves together and tie the flower together. I finished my half double crochets into each of these stitches. You should have 20 half double crochets, and just as long as it looks even, that's okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and pull through, so it's just like a chain. Instead you're just going to pull up. So cut your yarn. I like to leave myself maybe like 10 inches to 12 inches just to be able to weave in my tails. Now we're going to go ahead and make the leaves. So we're going to make 2 of them. As you can see, it'll be what they will look like in the end. And so to do that, we're going to go ahead and grab this again, and we are going to count 11 stitches up. So not where the tails are at, but on the other side. So you can see that here's the first stitch. There you go. There is the first stitch right there. So that's 1 stitch, 2, 3. So each V will be a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're going to count 11 stitches up, and in the 11th stitch you're going to put your hook in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there we go. You're going to put your hook into there like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your yarn, your green yarn, and you're just going to, so I'm holding on the tail on the back side, and on the front side I'm just holding the working yarn. You're going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to chain 2. So you can see that's what it will look like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do 4 double crochets into that stitch. So that one stitch gets 4 double crochets. So to make a double crochet, you're just going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to repeat that 3 more times. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now if you're struggling with any of these, you can always just check the cards or the description box down below, and I will have more thorough videos for that. So there's 4 double crochets. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to half double crochet decrease in each of these stitches. So what you're going to do is yarn over, you're going to insert into that very first double crochet right there, that hole. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to insert into the next double crochet, and you're going to yarn over and pull through. So let me show you that again. So you're going to yarn over, insert into that very first double crochet, then you're going to yarn over and pull through. So you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to insert into that next double crochet right there. So you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and you should have 4 loops on your hook. Now you're just going to yarn over, make sure to turn your hook head down so it's facing down, and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. So now you're going to do that one more time. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, and then insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook. And there you go. Now we're going to do one more row. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you are going to single crochet decrease over these 2 stitches. So that just means you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then insert, yarn over, pull through. You're going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So the difference between a half double crochet is you yarn over before you insert, and then with a single crochet you just insert. So now you have finished leaf number 1. You're going to go ahead and cut your yarn, and then just yarn over and pull through to tie off like that. Now what we're going to do is you are going to count 3 stitches up. So you can see right here is where we did our working into that chain. And you can see there's the next chain. So 1, 2, and there's chain number 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you're just going to go to the other side. So you can also just do it on the bottom side. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And then there's 4. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And you're just going to then hold that where the third is on the other side. So you can see this is on the one side. On the other side, 3 stitches up. Now I like to turn it so it's facing towards the back. So this is kind of the back of your work. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing. So here we go. That's what your stem should look like. And then your flower. So now we're going to go ahead and sew them together. So to do that, all you're going to do is you are going to go ahead and grab your flower. And I just like to tie in the tails before I sew these 2 on. So what I like to do is I just like to tie a knot for my ends. So I'm going to tighten the center circle. And I'm going to grab the 2 dark pink colors of yarn, and I'm just going to make a standard old knot. You can do this however you want to tie in this. This is totally fine. I just prefer to do it a little bit easier, and I think it still looks fine when it's done. So I just like to make 2 knots, and then I just snip the yarn off right at the base. Be careful to not cut the knot, obviously. And then you're just going to do that with the 2 lighter strands of yarn. Now, I'm sure there's many other ways that you can tie in tails, and I've done many of those ways, but this is just how I'm going to do it, at least for how simple this is. Makes it nice and easy. And now I just did that same thing for the lighter color of yarn. And there is our completed little flower. Now we're going to go ahead and grab these 2 and just tie in these 2 leaves. So I'm going to grab my darning needle. If you don't have a darning needle, you can just use, I don't know, get creative and do it some other way. But all you're going to do is you're just going to go through the loop. So I'm just taking the top one and bringing it down so I can tie off both of these tails at once. So you want to make sure though when you bring it down that you don't make it like a round leaf, because that is not what a leaf looks like. And we might want to make it look as realistic as possible. So now I'm just going to do a knot, careful to not pull. There we go. And I'm going to do that one more time. Now I'm going to do that on the other leaf, and I'll meet you back, and then we will sew these flowers. So now that you can see that we tied in these 2 leaf tails, now you have these 2 tails. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the long tail, so the long yarn tail, and you're just going to put it on your darning needle. Now, a little tip to put it on your darning needle, or your tapestry nail, whatever you want to call it, is to put the yarn over your thumb, so the nail of your thumb, and you're going to put it down, push that darning needle down onto your thumb, your fingernail thumb, and you're just going to pull that little loop up, and it works like every time. Super, super easy little trick. So now you can see that this is the front side of these half double crochets, and then this is the back side of these half double crochets. This side just looks more neat and clean. So all we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and find where we did the knots from the flower, so where we tied in the tails, and you're going to line up the back. So this is the back of the flower, and then this is the back of the stem, and we're just going to put that right there, and we're going to go ahead and just go around a stitch or 2. So like right there, I'm just going to go under a couple stitches like that. And it's not really anything scientific or super hard to do. Just kind of find a spot to go into and play with it. So I'm going to go right into here, into the kind of that flower, making sure to not though like bring it in too much. Then I'm going to go into the edge of the stitch. Then I'm going to go to the other side and go into that little bit on the other petal. There we go. You can see it looking really good. I just like to check on the front, make sure it looks still good, because we don't want to ruin the look. Then I'm going to go over here and just go under a couple strands. And once you feel like it's secure, so I've gone into here, here, over here, and then into that corner. Now I'm just going to go ahead and tie these 2 tails off. Now, I just like to tie it off the simple way, but you can do it however you want. So I'm just going to do another simple little knot. And you could even, I find that these knots tend to hide pretty well, and they just are a little bit of a quick way to tie in your tails. So you can see that is what it looks like. So I'm just going to push the knot. There we go. That is what the back looks like, and this is what the front looks like. So now you can see we have completed our super cute, super little easy bookmark, and I hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for making this super fun crochet bookmark along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make a new video almost every Saturday, so I'd love to see you there.